If you've ever sold a home or considered selling a home, I'm sure you're probably well aware of the costs that are going to be associated with that. And the biggest one being that 6% real estate agent commission. Today, we're going to talk about one of the best ways that you can still get your home sold, all while avoiding that traditional 6% real estate agent commission. So we've all heard of the for sale by owner process, and that can be a great way to get a home sold and avoid that hefty commission. But let's get into a way that's probably going to be a lot more profitable, less time consuming, and a whole lot less stressful than a for sale by owner, and that is with a flat fee real estate model. My name is Michael. I'm a flat fee realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And if this is your first time in the channel, first off, welcome. This is actually my first video. I want to use this channel as a way to connect with locals and pretty much go over a lot of different topics and conversations that come up in discussions all of the time. So in Dallas-Fort Worth, what are some local favorite places to live, things to do, places to eat, and of course, all things real estate, which brings me back to the topic of today's video. What is the best way to sell a home, all while avoiding that traditional 6% real estate commission cost? Now, I've already touched on this, but for sale by owner is probably the most popular or common way that homeowners want to get their home sold while saving money and avoiding that traditional 5 to 6% real estate commission. And again, this can be a very successful way to get that done. If you're comfortable with the transaction process, whether that be marketing of the property, generating showings, pre-qualifying or qualifying buyer candidates for your property, managing the showings, getting the home ready to be, whether it's professionally staged or photo and show ready. And again, just the entire process, if this is something that you feel confident and comfortable with, definitely can be a great way to get your home sold and save some money, make more profit. But there are also others who, of course, want to eliminate that hefty real estate commission, but want the expertise, opinions, help of somebody who's doing this business full time as a real estate agent. And that's where my flat fee real estate model comes into play. So I've been in real estate since about 2016. I started on the investment side of real estate. That's kind of out of college what drove me to get into real estate, looking at all of the investing gurus, how much profit can be made, and especially being in a market such as Dallas-Fort Worth. So I started with an investment or a wholesale company, kind of learning the ins and outs and getting my feet wet into real estate. So after a couple of years getting used to the real estate industry, I decided to kind of get more or branch out, not just niching solely on the investment side, but getting into traditional real estate, which gives me flexibility to help buyers and sellers into typical forever homes or just homes that don't need severe work and upkeep, such as the investment properties do. So I got into the traditional real estate. And of course, as an agent, a big part of that is having conversations with buyers looking to, find that forever home, finding the perfect home for their family, or having conversations and appointments with home sellers. So during my first few listing appointments, of course, as an agent, you're going to go through the training. They're going to give you all the scripts on what objections to expect and overcome, etc., and how to pretty much show your knowledge, expertise, and how to get a seller to entrust you with the job of getting the home sold. But then when that question always comes up, hey, so how much is it going to cost to sell my home? The industry kind of standard, if you will, just kind of what happens more times than not, an agent's going to tell you 5 to 6%. More times than not, 6% total of the purchase price when selling your home. And typically how that's set up, it's going to be 6% from the seller, and that's going to be divided up between the two agents, one representing the buyer, one representing the seller. And then when I would have these conversations, that question will come up. So why is it worth, or why should I be paying 6% total to get my home sold? What do you guys as agents do to cost that much money? And of course, from there, an agent's job is to show your value, show your worth on, hey, how you're going to market the property and get the most amount of exposure and ultimately net them the most amount of money as possible to kind of negate or offset or make or prove the value of why them as agents should be getting a total of 6%. So when having typical conversations or listing appointments with these sellers, almost every agent, they're going to come up to you with their 21-point marketing plan. We're going to talk about, generating the maximum amount of exposure for your home to the right people, how big their social media presence is, what type of marketing avenues that they do. Open houses are a big one, and try to pretty much, their job is to sell and deliver on themselves the value of why they are worth that 5 to 6% commission. And look, I am for all of that. Any good realtor should be doing all of these things and more. Plus, have the ability to have open and honest communication, with the client that you're working with, whether that be on the buy side or the seller side. And look, all of these things are crucial, especially when selling a home. You want to get the most profitable offer in the shortest amount of time. But I just don't think that it should cost sellers 5 to 6% total of the purchase price of their home. So as a flat fee realtor, this is kind of my quick spiel that I always like to tell people. I'm going to do the same thing that you would hope for and expect from any real estate agent who has your best interest in heart. We just cost a whole lot less, and we're going to save you a lot more money, and more profit is to be made on the sale of your home. So just for one example, if your home sells for $450,000, and I believe the national median home sales price right now is around $421 at the time I'm making this video. But if you sell your home for $450,000, 6% of that is going to be $27K total. So what if you can get these same services that you would expect from a realtor, whether it be the exposure, the market knowledge, the negotiation expertise and knowledge, the ins and outs of just overall handling a transaction to get you the best offer with the least amount of stress as possible during a transaction, all while paying a whole lot less in terms of real estate closing costs. So just in the past few years since really taking on this flat fee full service real estate model, I've been able to help over 200 homeowners reach those goals of getting a home sold while capturing and profiting more equity after the sale of the property. All while giving and delivering exceptional service, which is one of the main things that I like to pride myself on, which has been able to earn me those oh so appreciated reviews and referrals from past clients who I've helped hit the goals of getting a home sold and saving a whole lot of money while doing it. So I wanted to use this first video as a quick introduction of who I am, what my business is all about, and services that I provide and offer to homeowners that might be looking for a different option as opposed to the traditional real estate method. So the hopes and value of this channel moving forward is going to be, of course, touching on different real estate topics since I'm in the industry, but of course giving a local's perspective on living here in DFW. So if you're looking to buy or sell here in the area, or if you have any questions or feedback, I'll leave my information in the description down below. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of this video. And as always, please like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any feedback. I'd love to hear from those in the comments. And until next time, we'll see y'all real soon.